Hello and welcome to the Best Today podcast. If you're listening in real time, it is a whole new year. This is the first Monday in a brand new year, 2022. So happy new year to you, or happy whatever day of the week and the year it happens to be when you're listening to this episode. I'm really excited to talk to you today about this topic. So as you know, or maybe you don't, the first episode of every month, I keep 10 minutes or less. I'm going to start my timer and we're going to get straight to it. So let me get my timer going. I wasn't ready, y'all. I wasn't ready. Okay, now I'm ready. Boom. I want to talk to you about the courage to be consistent. I talk about consistency every single work day of my life and probably my non-work days too. It is one of the most important characteristics, traits, habits that you can have. And actually the thing is, most of us are consistent. But what I'm talking about is being consistent at something that's actually good and helpful and fruitful for your life, because some people are consistently terrible. And that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the courage to be consistent in a way that actually is beneficial for you and your life. And so, like I said, I talk about consistency a lot because I do believe it is at the root of being proactive and intentional. Consistently deciding to do what you say you will do, consistently allowing your actions to be consistent with who you are and who you want to become. For me, one of the best things I do for myself is I am consistent. I'm consistent that in that who I am, who I want to be, is aligned with the things you hear me do and say every day. Where I'm trying to go matches what you see me doing every day, even if where I'm trying to go is step 1 million and I'm only on number 5,002. It is still moving me toward the million. And I just mean that as far as like steps, right? So if I'm 1 through 10 and I'm on step 1.2, consistency is going to get me to 1.3, 1.4, 1.5, and so on and so forth, right? And I was thinking about this one, because, I love alliteration. And I was thinking about, I knew I wanted to talk about consistency and do a consistency call for you in this episode. And I was thinking about, I was like, consistency or complacency. And then I was like, actually, it's courage. Sometimes it takes courage to be consistent. And by courage, I mean, the choice to confront and to proceed even in the face of uncertainty, fear, discomfort, and the unknown. That's what I mean by courage. And that's what I define it as. Courage is making the choice to confront and proceed even in the face of uncertainty. I don't know what's about to happen. Fear. What if I'm not good at this? What if this thing doesn't work out? Discomfort. Ooh, being the bigger person, or, ooh, this is uncomfortable. This is going to make me, really stretch into something that doesn't feel well. I'm going to have to speak up when something is wrong. Oh, that's uncomfortable. I have to actually use my voice. Or the unknown. I don't know what's about to happen, right? But sometimes it takes courage to be consistent. And for some of you, you may feel like all the time it takes courage for you to be consistent. And I want to ask you, do you have the courage to be consistent? And then I want to tell you, yes, you do, because as I say in every episode, you already have everything you need to have everything you want. It's just whether or not you're going to tap into it and believe it. And so when I'm talking about consistency, I'm talking about a steadfast adherence to the things you believe in, to your principles, to what it is you say you're going to do, or when I say consistent, I mean it adheres to the same principles. So your choices are consistent with your goals, your visions, your dreams. Those things are consistent. So we're talking about consistency and being consistent. Okay. So when you're consistent, the things you say align with the things you do. The things you think align with the things that you say, which align with the things that you do. They align with your vision, your dreams, your goal. They're not convergent or opposite or disruptive too, right? I'm not going to say I want to be a healthy person and then also never move my body, never drink water, never do things to take care of my mental health. I can't say I say I want to be able to run with my grandchildren. I have dreams of like running races with my grandchildren, pushing them in the park in the stroller, and then never. So when you go start actually like moving your body and being healthy, Shantae, if you want to do that, and if I want to do that in decades to come, what I do today is going to start setting the tone for that. So the consistency has to be there. I say I want to grow a company that helps people, but you can't do that if you don't have a heart for people, right? It needs to be consistent. The work you see me here is because it's consistent with my character and who I am. So when I'm talking about consistency, we're also talking about things aligning. So when we talk about consistency, if it feels hard for you, I want you to think about the fact that you can start small. How do you want to be consistent this week? Then how do you want to be consistent next month? Like, okay, I was consistent for a week. Now let's see for the next month if I can be consistent at this thing. And then how can I be more consistent in my life? What do I want to be consistent with? And then what happens is it has this beautiful spillover effect. And the reason I want you to start small is because I want you to build the momentum. And that happens when you understand the power of small starts and steps. It begins to produce courage and confidence, and you build your muscles for consistency, and you watch it begin to pour positively over into the other areas of your life. And I do want to invite you to join us in the Best Today membership community. We have a monthly consistency challenge, committing to one thing that we all can do consistently every day for that entire month. And each month is a brand new challenge. And so if that's something that you want to really strengthen that muscle, go to besttodaycommunity.com and join us. We have one going on every single month. At Best Today, we exist to help women just like you be your best one today at a time. So each week on the podcast, we are going to highlight your stories and your voices. So let's see what's in the inbox today. Today, we have a message in our inbox from Joy McIntosh, who writes, I am a planner who loves to plan, but I find it challenging to carry out my plans from start to finish. Oftentimes, I'm excited to plan or begin a new project, but I end up not finishing what I start, or I take much longer than I anticipated to get things done. The Plans Be Done workshop and planning pads have helped me to see the big picture of what I am trying to do by helping me map out my projects. Using the method taught in the workshop along with the planning pads has helped me to stay on track with projects. My favorite parts of the planning pads are the check-in points and the celebrate your progress. Both are exactly what I needed to help me finish what I start. Joy, we are so excited that you have taken our Plans Be Done online workshop, which is available to you. Yes, you listening right now, just by going to plansbedone.com or besttodayguide.com. You will learn how to create your plans without perfectionism or procrastination getting in the way. If you're someone who cannot right now today, make a plan for anything short-term, long-term, and actually map it out and then do it, then you need to get in Plans Be Done. And I know that's you. So again, you can go to besttodayguide.com. It is under our online programs, or you can go to plansbedone.com to sign up today. You'll want to also make sure you grab that Best Today, or not Best Today, I'm always in Best Today mind, but our Planning Plans Be Done pad. It accompanies it so beautifully. It is not necessary. You can take Plans Be Done and learn everything you need, but I'm going to tell you, most people who take Plans Be Done also like using the Plans Be Done pad because, of course, they go so well together, and it helps you to do exactly what you're taught how to do, the WEC3 method. So Joy, thank you so much for sharing your 5-star review of Plans Be Done, the workshop, as well as our Plans Be Done pad. I'm so grateful to hear how you're doing so well with your plans and actually executing them. If you want to join Joy and the other women who have found how to create and complete their plans, go on, my friends, whether it's personal plans, plans for work, plans for home, go get Plans Be Done. Also go back and count how many times did I say plans. Again, you can pick yours up today at plansbedone.com or, of course, besttodayguide.com. They're both going to take you right to what you need. So we're talking about the courage to remain consistent. I want you to think about, can you be consistent when you want to make an excuse? When complacency is easier, when no one else is being consistent around you? Well, here's the thing. What other people are doing has absolutely nothing to do with you. I always like to remind you also about the tortoise and the hare. Those consistent steps, those small steps taken over time by the tortoise is what caused the victory. So small steps taken over time will lead you to places that you didn't think you could go, and they will cause you to win races that look to everyone else like you were bound to come in last, if not at all. Like he's not even going to make it to the finish line, or she's not even going to make it to the finish line. So remember the tortoise and the hare. It's a story I reference very often. Because I think it's a true testament to those consistent small steps, and not to underestimate them, not to downplay them either. I don't like the word just. Oh, I just did. No, you did. Insert the thing you did. You did 5 minutes of walking. Fantastic. That's 5 minutes more than you did 2 weeks ago. Oh, I did 5 minutes of this, or I only. No. We're not going to qualify the things you are doing to make small steps of progress. Okay. So my call for you in this episode is, do you have the courage to be consistently great, consistently in a positive, healthy way? I'm not consistently putting off things, consistently not being proactive. Do you have the courage? Remember how I define courage as, making that choice to confront and proceed even in the face of uncertainty, fear, discomfort, and the unknown. The answer is, I know that you do. And so this is my call to you to take on that courage and be consistent. And my call for you, the thing I want you to sit with from this episode is, where do you need to display the courage to be consistent? Do you need to join us in the membership and do that consistency challenge? Do it on your own, but I want to invite you to come do it with us as well. What can you commit to being consistent with? And remember not to downplay the small steps. I want you to start small, particularly if this is something that is difficult for you. So that is my call for you. Do you have the courage to be consistent? A few reminders before we end this episode. You can join us in the membership by going to besttodaycommunity.com. If you're listening to this in real time, I want you to join us for our open call, our free open call this Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, January 5th. Is that right? Yes, January 5th, 1 p.m. Eastern time. Go to besttodayguide.com/open call. Join us and bring your questions. I also I'm going to link to an episode from the top of 2021, early episode from 2021 about the traps to avoid at the beginning of a new year. I want to bring that back to your memory and your reference. So I'm going to link to that in the show notes as well. And the show notes for this episode will be at besttodayguide.com/44. So there you have it. We're in a new year, and I want to challenge you in this year to have the courage to be consistent. Thank you so much for being present with me for this week's episode of the Best Today podcast. Until next time, remember that you are capable and worthy of being your best, one today at a time. And you have everything you need to have everything you want. So go on and shout it out as you live it out. This is what my best today looks like. Happy New Year. And you do have the courage to be consistent. Talk to you again real soon. If you enjoyed this week's episode of the Best Today podcast, you are going to love the Best Today Guide. Our Better Than a Planner guide teaches you how to get clear on what you want, identify your self-destructive habits and behaviors, and intentionally create space to prioritize yourself every single day. Don't go the journey to being your best one today at a time without the Best Today Guide. See inside its pages and order yours today at besttodayguide.com. Even better, when you order the Best Today Guide, we gift you with your first month free inside of the Best Today membership. So what are you waiting for? We're giving you everything you need to trade busy for intention. Go to besttodayguide.com and order yours today and join thousands of women across the globe proclaiming each day, this is what my best today looks like.